ओम ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रीहरिं परमानंदम उपदेष्टारमीश्वरं व्यापकं सर्वलोकानां कारणं तं नमाम्यहम्। सजातीयप्रवाहश्च विजातीयतिरस्कृतिः नियमो हि परानन्दः नियमात् क्रियते बुधैः। As we have been seeing the 15 steps of Nididhyasa, especially for Manda Madhyama Adhikarina. After discussing Yama and Niyama, Adi Shankaracharya is going to discuss about Tyaga, which is not part of Ashtanga Yoga. As we discussed, this Shaucha, Santosha, Tapaswadhyaya, Iswara Pranidhanani iti Niyamaha. So these are the 5 things are called Niyama as per Ashtanga Yoga, or the yoga that is viewed by Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Here we saw little differently Niyam, because in short Niyam is nothing but to be done. There are certain things to do. Nitya karma ityartha. Without fail, one is supposed to do without expecting anything in return. One is supposed to do, like taking bath. So when you go to take shower, you don't expect anything to get, okay? Only to lose. At least you're stinking. Eh? Very nicely. Somebody said, look, there is a young boy who was very much interested to have knowledge, goes to a master. So the master was cleaning the floor. And that time, this student was so restless, because there are people, because student becomes so restless without knowing what is to be done, because that shows the impatience of the student. Also, not prepared either. So, unpreparedness and impatience. Whatever comes, the person brings it out, pours it out, without knowing the context. How? So, this disciple or would be disciple now ask this master, what are you doing? He said, look, I am cleaning. What are you cleaning? I am cleaning the clothes. And what is big deal in it? Why can't you allow others to clean? He said, no, this is my job. Let me do it. Now, how do you clean? Questions after questions. There's nothing to do. Then the teacher says, look, in reality, I am not cleaning the clothes. I am removing the dirt from the clothes. Because the cloth he was clean when I got it. But As I start using, it started picking up the dirt. So my job is not to clean the clothes, but to remove the dirt. So once the dirt is being removed, the cloth is as clean as it was earlier. Then, of course, students say, okay, thank you. I think this is not my cup of tea. So I thought to do something, but you are teaching me not to do. How is it possible? However, so the niyama, that something to be done regularly as nitya karma. And he said, look, sajatiya pravahasya vijatiya tiraskruti iti. So to understand this logic, remember this Chinese noodle. So what is Chinese noodle? Chinese noodle with Indian spice. It's an amazing concept, okay? That's why in India, very famous, especially in Himalayas. Every now and then you'll find this noodle shop. When you say Chinese noodle with Indian spicy, not mixed, now wherever you pick up, if you pick up from one place spicy, all related to spicy, that spicy, all other noodles will come. If it is salt area you pick up, only salt, means it is not mixed. Same thing also in the thought. Whatever set of thought you entertain, you give importance, only related to that thought comes. For example, when you are angry, all anger thought comes. When you are suspicious, only suspicious related thought comes. When you are happy, only happy thought comes. When you are elated or your energy is high, you'll discover all sort of those things will come. Now here he says beautifully, this is to be done daily, allowing sajatiya thoughts, a group of thought. This is the first thing we do. That's why unless the person does dhyana, and especially we'll be seeing later on, unless the person does upasana, definitely that person cannot come to Vedanta. It's not going to work. Again and again, I am highlighting this aspect. Upasana is a must. Or else it will not be Vedanta, it will be Devanta. You understand what is Devanta? Hey, I am Brahman, I am Atman, I don't need anything. As long as everything goes smoothly, okay? When something happens to you, your life is in a soup, disaster. Then either you'll be completely become religious or you become completely other way around. That is what people become. Whereas when you do upasana, when I say upasana, do you know why? Simple thing, so that the sajatiya becomes easier. For example, yesterday was Krishna Janmashtami, Lord Krishna's birthday. Now that day, you do 108 names of Krishna Archana. Bala Krishnaya Namaha, Gopi Vallabhaya Namaha. So when you start doing Archana to Lord Krishna, now all the 108 names are related to one group of thought. Can you see this point? Even though your mind is disturbed. So when you say Gopi Vallabhai Nama, so if you are a man, so your Gopi will come in front of you, okay? So if you are a woman, you are jealous of some Gopi, okay? That woman will come. So that is called Vijatiya. You understand the concept? But you have to complete 108 times. Now you are forced. That's why we chant loudly, so that there is a rhythm. And when there is a rhythm, now if your mind is occupied, if your mind is disturbed or Vijatiya thought comes in, your rhythm will go other way around or not. So you are cut. That's why Upasana helps you without your knowledge, at least to entertain a set of thoughts for a length of time. Or else what will happen is you will be able to entertain, not that you cannot entertain, but wherever you find interest, wherever your ego is taken, which is again dangerous in long run. And when a person has done upasana, now comes to Vedanta, when here is taught niyama, what? Sajatiya prabha. Now I entertain, I am nitya. The moment I feel now my hair is falling down, my tooth is falling down, not able to hear, I think I am going to die. There is sense of loss, sense of rejection, all so-called this your psychological problem. That's why a Vedanta student cannot have psychological problem. And if a person has got psychological problem, has not resolved, cannot become Vedanti at all. It doesn't go together. However, when this comes, why psychological problem? Again, I can say, because you are entertaining Vijatiya Pravaha. Oh, I feel rejected because in my childhood, this rejection was there. Later on, some other rejection. Then some other thing. In fact, that person did this thing, that thing, that thing. So all this thing comes. So you cannot entertain. Yes, somebody told me, Swamiji, in that there is, in Vijatya, there is Sajatya. You understand? In Vijatya, there is Sajatya, perfect Sajatya. What can you say? So here, again, please understand. Now, I look at myself. When this sort of thing comes, straight I, Vijatya Tiraskruta. Hey, what are you talking? I was rejected. Yes. Why I was rejected? Because I was stupid. I am not stupid now. Because I related with my insecurities. And I gave priority to my insecurity. That's why I was rejected. The moment I look at that, hey, look, I am Nitya. I am eternal. And after all, whoever rejected me, that is their problem, not my problem. Why should I bother? So then and there, I use all my logic. This is what Shastra logic, okay? Shastra supported logic to dismiss this sort of things, not to support, strengthen that. That's why Shraddha plays a big role to shift from Vijatya Tiraskriti, or in order to do refuting Vijatya thoughts and adopting Sajatya thoughts. And in short, that is called Niyama. Okay, let me not stretch it too much. Continuing. Tyaga prapancha rupasya chidatmatvavalokana त्यागो हि महतां पूज्यः सद्यो मोक्षमयो यतः. Says, look, Tyaga generally is a renunciation. We cannot say that it is giving up, but it is renunciation. So in short, that the sannyasa life or lifestyle of a sannyasa Generally, not what is talked as a fourth ashrama, but here, Tyaga means the person understands the rope, and when the person understands the rope, now the snake and snake world is renounced. That's why we say Tyagaha is required, or you can say common Tyagaha, the primary renunciation is required. Because simple ways, as long as you are in your comfort zone, you cannot learn anything. They say very beautifully, if you are in a comfort zone, you cannot achieve success, worldly success. Because comfort zone will not allow you to do anything. And here we adopt the Tyaga, the common meaning of Tyaga, renunciation, giving up, giving away things, to highlight that let me have a simple living. It's not that simple living, high thinking, okay? These are the very famous statement, okay? I'm not talking about that. These are the politician statement, okay? You should be in simple in living and high thinking. Means really they are not, they make everybody to think high, okay, except themselves. Here when we say simple living, that you don't waste much time unnecessarily brooding over insecurities. As we have been discussing this uniform, each one of us have problem. This is the basic thing, please understand. Each one of us has got a limited number of exercise in mind level, in mental level. Like physically, each one can do a given number of push-ups. Somebody can do 50, somebody can do 100, somebody can do 200. So there is a limit. If you are capable of 200, by practicing, you may go to 200 to 50, 2 to 250. If you are 100, you can go to 100 to 120. Like that, we have some, a given number of push-up physically. So also, each one of us are designed to decide in a given day a number of decisions. It can be 500, it can be 1000, a given number, each one of us. And of course, if you start deciding carefully, maybe you can increase that number. This is the most important thing to remember in life. Each one of us. Now what happens? Let us take this example. I am able to take 500 decisions in a day. Morning, whether to get up or not to get up. Minimum 20-30 decisions gone. You understand? Then tired. After getting up, whether to sweep the place or not. So after sweeping, whether to go to bathroom or not, unless the pressure comes. No, let me have some tea, coffee, then after that I'll think of. Just I am giving you the examples. Then whether to do makeup or not, whether this makeup or that not, ladies, okay, especially. I mean, where is my shoe? Where is my socks? Socks will be some other place, shoe will be some other place. This is the main problem, okay? Now, if you look at, by that time, you get ready for your work. You have exhausted almost more than 50% of your decision. Then when you travel in the public transport, you know, only you curse yourself. Then by that time you go to the office. Now tell me, will you be able to decide? Because already you are tired and exhausted. You have crossed your limit. Whereas if you have uniform, if you use as less as possible decision making faculty, you will be able to deliver better. Can you see this concept very carefully? That's why we say, remember, high thinking people must be in a high level, not simple living, high living. If you are not living in a high way, you cannot contribute to the society. Impossible. This is the truth, this is the reality, whether you accept it or not. And here he says that what is to be done, Tyaga, start with common Tyaga first. Making sure that you are not having unnecessary things at your disposal which is going to consume your decision making faculty. Can we see this point? The primary tyagam is this. Make sure, not simple living. I'm not telling you simple living at all. You can have a high living. The best example I can tell you, I can share with you, okay? Very nicely I can tell. This nowadays, once upon a time, flight travel was a luxury. So if you go fly, I remember those days, we had this slogan of this Air India called Maharaja, fly like Maharaja. Nowadays, I think still is there. Okay. So fly like, emperor. But if you fly in Air India, not fly like emperor. Okay. Fly like, I don't know how to use bad word. Okay. They say very nicely, if you want to test your patience, I'm not telling you jokes till now. If you want to really test your patience, fly with Air India with a stopover in Delhi. If you don't get angry, you are a Gyani. I can write it down, okay, till now. I have tried my best, okay, nothing worked. However, coming back. Now, if you see, just you try, take any flight. To do the check-in, because you have done everything. Just I'm giving you how much we use our, faculty. That's I'll come to the point. Just to do the check-in, you have a big fight. Oh, BQ, what is to be done? What is to be done? Oh, you understand? The moment check-in is done means you drop, not check-in, you drop your baggage. That's the right word, okay? Because already you have done check-in by yourself. Just to drop the luggage, after dropping the luggage, you feel big achievement. Then after dropping the luggage, what is the next achievement? Security check-in. Just observe how many faculty of choice you use. That's why you get tired and exhausted. You did not do anything, but you are tired. Then after security check-in, then next is what? Boarding. And after boarding, interestingly, to keep your luggage, even though your seat is protected, where to keep your luggage? Especially if low budget airline, don't ask, okay? And the way they behave, the way they announce, everything better. Then finally, you get down how to come out. After coming out, how to take the baggage. Now, in this process, without doing anything, do you feel tired and exhausted or not? Tell me a single person who does not feel exhausted. Not because of anything, but because you have used your faculty of choice more than it was required. And interestingly, even all of us, we know that without me, flight will not go if I am near the gate. But what I do, I push myself to go faster because of the energy over. Whereas in the train doesn't happen. All are relaxed, including juku 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 juku. You understand? And remember, this is what the whole life. How you live, with whom you are surrounded by. That makes your life different. That's why we say not only you have to be on your toes, also you have to take care of your surroundings. You cannot afford to be associated with the wrong people. Remember, a single wrong person can sabotage your life, can destroy your life. You don't need more than one person in your life because psychologically, the hurt, the guilt that you will have, you cannot heal whole life unless you do upasana. I'm highlighting upasana very carefully, especially being Vedantin student and that to looking at Aparokshanubhuti, I can complete in 5 days, 10 days maximum. But if you are not spending time with upasana, I don't think Vedanta will be useful. Yes, it will be useful for others. At least half an hour, you are not disturbing others. You understand? So you are a good person for half an hour. That respect we have to give, okay? Now, with this background, he says, look, now when you look at this, sorry, Tyaga, Tyaga says, look, the negation of the superimposed universe is called Tyaga. Tyaga prapancha rupasya chidanandatma avalokanat. I think so, correct, because I did not see the properly. Okay. Chidatmatva avalokanat. So that means, look, this makes big difference. Huh? That means what? Chidatmatva avalokana. Understanding what? That Atma is Chit. That means Sarvam Atma. That everything is nothing but Atma. Prapanchasya Karanam. Also, it is the cause of the entire universe. So, if that is Chit, the consciousness principle, the awareness principle, now he says Chit is awareness principle. Now he says, look, that is the Prapancha Swarupaha. Now, if that is the Prapancha Swarupaha, now will any object in this world be important for me? I'll give you a beautiful example. This necklace. You discover the necklace is not made up of gold, but it is made up of this imitation. Now what will happen? will you be that much serious? Will you give importance to that necklace? If it is in the bag and with the bag you keep it somewhere, it makes no difference to you. It's okay. In fact, you will be more, serious about your bag because of the ordinary necklace. My bag should not go away. You understand? Whereas, if you do not understand that imitated or imitation based necklace, but you consider that is gold, now what will happen? You will keep the bag. Always you look into hold on to because somebody may take away. So how you give? But suppose you understand, oh, after all it is imitation, it is not. Now what happens? If somebody snatches away, takes a run away, will you run behind? Okay, after all, few euros or a few rupees, forget, leave it. So that means what? It is just understanding the substance, that which is valuable to you or not valuable to you. You have this much change in you. And understanding that there is no universe. It is just Nama and Rupa. And we all are crazy with this Nama and Rupa. And you can look at yourself. When you were young, how you were looking. Now, in between, how did you look? Now, how you are looking. And in the future, what will be your look? You understand? And based on that, you will be given different names, okay, by your people. Young, old, matured, miser, this, that, the different based on your characters. They will give you add adjectives. And he says beautifully, now, once you understand this, now you start negating prapancha. You don't dismiss prapancha. You are not critical of prapancha. Prapancha means universe. But you are negating. Like if a person steals the imitated necklace, what you say? Eh, don't run behind. Habitually you run behind to catch. Hey, don't run behind. After all, it's a limited one. No problem. Let him or her go. Maybe will be useful for that person. I'll get one more because it's outdated. In fact, there are some scratch. The color was fading away. And this, as you do very consciously, so also with reference to anybody, anything, one need to do it. And he says, look, Tyaga hi mahatam pujya sadyah mokshamaya yatah. This Tyaga is indeed honored, pujya, respected by great people. And interestingly, also we look at, that's why this ayam, this Tyagaha, sadhyah mokshamaya iti. That's why this Tyaga is nothing, is nature of liberation. How and why, we'll see. Few more minutes. That's why when a sannyasi is being received, na karmana, na prajaya, tyagena. So this tyagena comes there, okay? Because na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena. Tyagena eka. Amrutatvam anasuhu. So it is being reminded, the teaching, that only Tyaga gives the immortality. And that's why, as you are moving with, you can look at meaning differently. As you are moving with rich people, also you become rich. Just by moving with rich people, you become rich. This is the truth. Because if they don't give you richness, don't worry. At least they will give you idea. Just being with them, you will get some idea how to make money. That is why all the club meetings. The moment you get into that air, So your mind is different, you catch. Suppose if you are moving with the tips, don't worry, how to steal, that idea will be very much predominant. If you are moving with insecure people, of course, insecurity will be part of your life. So here, when you are living with the people, those who are renunciate, automatically you will also have that sort of things. Somebody said it beautifully. You don't have to chase people, but people chase mainly many categories of people, but three categories of people. The first category is if they discover, especially your own people, so-called own people, if they discover that you are growing, seeing your growth, people start chasing you. Secondly, seeing your energy that is expressed through beauty and handsomeness. If you are a woman, beauty. If you are a man, handsome. That glowing energy. Through that, people start chasing you, means run behind you. And third one is when people discover that you are a happy person. Seeing your happiness in spite of anything, also people start chasing you. And I don't see any other reason that people will start chasing you. And here is being said, Tyaga is connected to the last. And as I observed, through Tyaga, all the three also comes. The growth, the energy, because you don't waste your energy unnecessarily. And of course, you are happy. That's why Lord Shiva stands for Tyagam. And because he stands for Tyagam, he is auspicious. The more I give up, the more I am a free person. That's why Puja Swami used to highlight this point. The more you give freedom to others, to that extent, you are a free person. If you poke your nose in others' business, whether your child, your wife, your husband, your parents, or your colleagues, or whatever, of course, to that extent, you are suffocated, you are affected. That's why first adopt common tyaga. Secondly, get associated with tyagis, those people, those who have adopted tyaga. And thirdly, look at this tyaga is nothing but negating this prapancha, superimposed universe. Means whatever you see is not true, but it is just experiential existence. Verbal existence. It has got verbal existence, experiential existence. There is a no, Swamiji, my experience is truth. Okay, thank you. Don't attend Aparokshanubhuti. Okay, attend Samadana Anubhuti. More of it will say. Oh, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva, Vashishyate. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you all.